Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to see client server concept and different client server architecture. So, in the previous session, we have already seen what is a client server and how the client will communicate with the server. As I already told, client is nothing but a machine which will request for the data. Server is a machine which contains huge amount of data. It takes a request from the client, respond, and it processes a request, provides a response back to the client. Now, we will see different kinds of client server architecture. Generally, different kinds of architectures are one tier architecture, two tier architecture, three tier architecture. We can say three tier or n type architecture. Now, we'll see if this is a client server architecture. In this, we have one tier architecture, two tier, three or n tier. In one tier architecture, the whatever the required files to design your application, to design your software, all those applications will be in a single platform or in a single machine. For example, if I want to design an application for student results, generally for student results, whatever the applications we need, a window to enter your hall ticket number and click the button. This is a user interface. Next, a program which will take the roll number, read the roll number, check whether the roll number exists or not. If exists, it will take the results back from the database and provides the results to the user, that is a student. Now, this is an if you take this as an application, it requires different applications like results window, request window, and processing window. Now, all these applications will be placed in a single machine. So, in one tier architecture, whatever the applications you require to design a software will be placed in a single machine. Okay. Now, uh, in this machine, middleware will be there, backend the database part will be there, the front end the interface part will be there. These everything will be there in a single platform. Coming to the two tier architecture, here in one tier architecture, client server both will be in a single machine, whereas in two tier architecture, the client and the server are separated. These two are in different machines. Client part means the user interface part. Here I said to design your application, the interface part, the user interface part will be in a client side, whereas the server side parts like your actual application business logic, the database part will be there in server part. So from the client part, directly you can request for the data, whereas the request will be sent to the server. In the server, it has the business logic. Business logic means the actual program which required to process your request. Then the data part, database part, these both will be together into a server part in a single machine. Now, here in this environment, we have some advantages as well as disadvantages. Mainly, if you talk about advantages, I said client is separated with the server. So generally in client-side application, we have interface part. So we can use different GUI tools to design the client part. And these client and server are hardware independent. Database is separate, client part is separate. So if client part crashes, we can redesign the client part and we can communicate with the server. But the disadvantage is in two-tier architecture, there will be a security problem, scalability problem. For example, if client crashes, again we can redesign with the less number of time and we can load it. But for example, if server crashes, their server contains business logic as well as database part also. So at a time we will lose database part as well as business logic. So redesigning the business logic will take much time, but database we will lose. So, for example, if I lost only database part, even though we cannot communicate because database is lost. If we have only business logic, we can't do nothing. So we can't do anything, means we can't communicate with the server, we can't communicate with the data. So that is a problem because database side as well as business logic both will be in a single machine. And mostly we will use this kind of architecture only for simple applications, not to designing a large application. So in two-tier architecture, client will be separated, server will be separated. The server will contain a business logic as well as database logic. The advantage is we can use different tools to design the server side. We can use different tools to design the client's application. But the main disadvantage is security problem, and it is limit for only simple applications. We can't use it for huge application or complex application. So to avoid this disadvantage, we can use next architecture, that is three-tier architecture. We'll call three-tier architecture as N-tier also. Now, in this three-tier architecture, client part will be separated, server part will be separated. Here, server means server application business logic is separated, as well as database part will be separated. So, three different parts will be there. Client side part, that is a presentation type. Server side application type, that is a business logic, the actual content, actual programs developed by using advanced languages like Java, .NET, PHP. Whereas the other side, database type will also be separated. Now, whenever a client wants to request for the data, it will provide a request to the server directly. Here, this server will take the request, it will process your application. If it needs any database communication, then it will communicate with the database part. The database part will give the data back to the server application. The server application will again process your data and generate the response. The response will be given to the client. So all the three are separated. The main advantage of this is the flexibility, security, and performance. How security means, for example, if a database crashes, the business logic will be there as it is. So only we need to redesign the database part. For example, if business logic crashes, database part will be safe as well as client part will be safe. So only we need to redesign the middle layer, that is the business logic. And we can say high performance because all three are independent of each other, designed with different tools independently, and we can get the response very fastly. Like if you request for any kind of data, in fraction of seconds we can get the response back because the speed will be increased. That's the reason we are saying performance will be increased in three-tier architecture. Now in detail, if you see, in three-tier architecture there are different layers: front end, middle tier, back end. Front end is also called as presentation layer. This layer is nothing but an interface through which we will request for the data. This front end is designed using HTML, JavaScript, CSS. Most probably this front end will be a static page. So we are using HTML to design it. Whereas the second layer, that is application layer, this is a dynamic page. It will take the request and it should process, it should communicate with the database. So for the business logic or for the middle type, remember that I'm saying business logic is nothing but our application layer, our application. This is also called as a middle tier. So this business logic will be designed by using Java technology like JSPs, servlets, .NET technology, PHP, Python, C++. So we will use this programming language to design the business logic. Coming to third type, that is the data layer. In data layer, we will use database. So we'll use MySQL or SQL Server, Oracle, MongoDB, PostgreSQL. So here we can understand easily, each and every layer is separated, each and every tier is separated, each and every tier will use a separate tool to design. These three are independent. That is the reason flexibility will be there, high performance will be there, and security will be there. And this three-tier architecture will be used to design the complex applications, to design the web applications. Now if you see any advanced applications like Facebook, Gmail, Google applications, or WhatsApp, or any other applications will be using this three-tier architecture because it supports complex application. So whenever you're going to design a complex application, we should use these three-tier architecture. Now, if you see how client and server will communicate each other with a static HTML page. For example, if a client is requesting only for static HTML, we'll send a request using browser. The request will send to the server. In server, we don't require any programming language because I'm requesting for only static HTML page. So only the particular HTML page will be located, that will be loaded, gives back to the browser. This is in terms of static page. For example, if I wanted to process my request, if I wanted to do some application point, then you don't require HTML because you need to generate a dynamic content. For that, we need to use any language. So in early days, we have used CGI scripting. So CGI is nothing but a programming language like Java. It also takes a request, process a request. So for example, if you are using client server using CGI scripts, from the client we will request for the data. The request will be sent to the server. In server side, we'll have applications, nothing but programs only. But these programs are developed using CGI script. So your particular CGI script will be loaded. It will process your request. It will generate the response, gives a response back to the client. So this client will load, it will display the response. Now, the same architecture, the same request, if we use server-side scripting tools like scripting languages, a PHP program, for example. Same, the browser, through the browser will send a request, the server will take the request, it will load a PHP script, your program. This program will process your request, generate the response, and final response will be given back to the browser. This is about a different client-server architectures and examples. In the next session, we will see what are the different kinds of servers available. So, as of now, we'll wind the session. Thank you.